Own Jada Pinkett Smith since I was 18, 19 years of age. I met her behind the stage. And when I saw her like I seen that face, and I promptly resembled wow. This is the most gorgeous young man I at any point said I'm actually managing stupidity. Don't I need to pass on here to carry on with my life? Absolutely, as of late, Marlon Wayans, an American comic and entertainer, truly stoked the fire subsequent to alluding to Jada Pinkett Smith. As a young man in a new stand-up satire, exceptional Wayans met Pinkett Smith behind the stage at a residing variety show during the 90s. He communicated his esteem for Pinkett Smith's ability, depicting her as a multi-capable lady who could sing dance rap and compose verse anyway. Wayans then, at that point, made a joke that resentful many individuals. He recommended that regardless of all her insight and gifts, she essentially didn't have the body for him to think of her as a young lady. Obviously, Jada was troubled at all about the thing Marlon said about her. During the show, Wayans portrayed investing energy with Pink and Smith when they were both youthful and residing in California. He commended her knowledge and understanding into affection by saying she had a great handle on what she comprehended to be cherished. 19 She was telling me. Like love is acknowledgement, love is genuine. However, at that point, Marlon's shocked in a real sense everybody in the room when he made it suitable and sickle comments about her in genuine love is recuperating. You know how hard my little 19-year-old dick was here with these huge many fans, except the comment typifies Pink and Smith, as well as sustains destructive generalizations about men and their alleged capacity to control their sexual desires on the off chance that Chris Rock was off base for his Jada Pinkett Smith jokes. Marlon Wayans went way left the line extraordinarily in spite of his affections for her. Wayans never educated Pink and Smith concerning his crush. Rather, he attempted to drop unobtrusive clues by playing tunes with interesting verses around her, yet clearly Jada shut him down in extremely entertaining design. He played Stevie Miracle's excessively bashful "The Say" as a clue. And it seems as though Jada got the clue since she dropped her very own sprinkle one time. I played her Stevie Ponder's "Too Modest to Even Consider Saying." And afterward she played me back in Vogue's "Never Going to Get It." Wayans and Pinkett Smith additionally reinforced over their affection for verse. They would compose and impart verse to one another, with Wayans respecting Pink and Smith's utilization of comparisons and representations that Marlon tried how he was never at any point near Jada's level yet. Was so similar to she had metaphors and similitudes. And that government-funded school didn't show you I resembled and me my. Was fundamental. I resembled Marlon Wayans. Late parody extraordinary has started debate over his utilization of disparaging language and generalizations towards the gut in addition to local area. During the show, Wayans poked a fun at turning into a lady's gay closest companion, expressing that he has zero faith in gay companions around beautiful young ladies since they are secret straight. He then, at that point, continued to make it fitting and realistic remarks about female-like structures, requesting to see a lady's genitalia, and poking rough fun at oral sex. Jade, and presumably will have been incredibly miserable to be freely externalized like this in his parody. Unique Marlon Wayans focused on his affection for Jaden Smith, and an astounding greeting he got from Jada Pinkett Smith. She hit him up and said, "Marlon, come through, we going to take this relationship to an entirely different under-level." Marlon's previously believed was that Jaden planned to lay down with him, yet incidentally, Will Smith was likewise there, and I look on the lounge chair. And who's staying there yet? The new ruler of Bel Air, Aaron. He was snickering. You realize that fake-ass man in Jada. She was simply giggling with the little frog legs, all moving all around his lap. Marlon conceded that he had eyes for Jada, and it seemed like Lil knew it when Marlon went out that day. He said he felt grief-stricken, yet he discovered that affection is tied in with figuring out how to give up in spite of the fact that he might have had eyes for Jada. He at last qualities their fellowship and regards her relationship with Will in his parody Unique Waves, concedes that Jada and Will Smith's relationship is something to be respected by all individuals of color. He stresses the significance of couples, like the Smiths, the Obamas, and the Carters, who act as models for the African-American population Wayans. Likewise acclaims Jada's progress in her vocation. And in her everyday life, he recognizes the fortune she and will have gathered, and their two delightful kids who he alludes to an extraordinary and splendid past their years. Individuals, they are splendid past their years. These __ was brought into the world in the grid on the metaverse now. At 50 years old, yet single Waves glances back at that point. At the point when he visited Jada and Will with lament, and says that perhaps Jada was the special case that will always be a nagging memory. Marlon Wayans, as of late uncovered in his satire Extraordinary, that he once requested that God give him an indication that a specific lady wasn't intended for himself and kid, did he find his solution on Walk 27, 2022, and roughly 10:32 p.m. EST, while discussing the Will Smith-Chris Rock slap, assuming I personally merit several $100 million. My lady won't allow me to do no Veronic. __. Like that, as per Marlon, his ideal lady could never allow him to waste their fortune or swim in a public swimming pool when they have a lake in their lawn. She would demand extravagance, brands like Chanel, which Marlon truly misspeaks his station. And with regards to defining moments like winning an Oscar, she would be there to hold his hand and help him to remember his value, practically suggesting that Jada couldn't care less about Will like that, so she wouldn't actually think often about anybody like that. Marlon proceeds to make fun of the possibility that Jada Pinkett Smith put a spell on her better half, Will Smith, during an especially abnormal second at an honor show. He jokes that Will's unexpected change in Demeter was because of Jada's men in dark voodoo doll concealed under her seat. It has been over a year since the Institute grants broadcasted at this point. The discussion encompassing the occasion actually proceeds with this is all because of the show encompassing Will Smith's slap on Chris Rock on public TV, which prompted his being restricted from the service for a very long time. As of late, Marlon Wayans uncovered some guidance he gave Smith after the slap, as well as his fair considerations about the Jada Pinkett circumstance. All things considered, Marlon Wayans and Will Smith have a decent relationship and have reinforced over their journey to get back in shape in the wake of shaking father bots during an appearance on enormous kid television. Wayans focused on his communications with both Smith and Chris Rock. Since the Oscars happened, he started talking about the counsel he provided for the Lord Richard entertainer, saying I resembled hello sibling. You might need to go get you around 3 hours of treatment, 15 hours this week. You really want to plump down with an advisor and have a significant conversation. Something is happening with you. And that was the Tim. See, I don't have that sort of tension. He's been dark greatness for a long time. I've been dark all rightness, ain't an excess of strain individuals. Anticipate that I should do stupid stuff for him. Yippee duckwells. Likewise, in a new meeting on CBS Mornings, Marlon Wayans reignites the discussion encompassing the scandalous Oscars 2022 episode, including Chris Rock and Will Smith. With the impending Oscars 2023, new data has become exposed in regards to the slap occurrence when Chris Rock made that big appearance on Netflix parody, which was live-streamed. It started a disruptive response from the crowd. Certain individuals found it hostile how Chris continued to address Jada Pinkett Smith with a disparaging term, while others commended him for standing firm. Marlon Wayans was one individual who applied in rock position. In his CBS Mornings interview, Wayans shared his contemplations with regards to this issue, saying it was great to hear him talk about it. You could see it was energetic what you heard. was someone that was harmed someone that was tracking down their method for recuperating at that time during the Netflix show Rock, referenced getting hit by Smith, and implied that it was because of Smith's relationship with his significant other, Jada Pinkett Smith. He even flaunted about enduring the shot like Pacquiao Wayans, uncovered that he hosts spoken independently to each of the 3 gatherings included, and accepts that both Stone and Smith are as yet impacted by the occurrence. He likewise stated that while he doesn't excuse viciousness, a few circumstances can't be disregarded for a really long time, and there should be a method for managing the consequence and push ahead. In an ideal world, Wayans would take Rock and Smith to the chief's office and request that this should stop Marlon Wayans. Perusing on Jada may very well be correct on the grounds that in a new meeting, Tony Rock's sibling of humorist Chris Rock shed light on the notorious Oscars 2022 episode, including his sibling, and Will Smith. Even following 2 years, it appears to be there's something else to uncover about what truly went down between the 2 stars. As per Tony, he and Smith were dear companions, yet he was disheartened and furious when Smith didn't contact him or his sibling after the episode. My telephone number has never showed signs of change, so I simply thought I'd get a call one day like,